Okay, well, Las Vegas is known as a place to get a few drinks with friends, but with summer closing in, it may be a good time for parents to discuss the dangers of drinking with their children. And joining me this morning is Chris Gordon with Solutions Recovery to tell us about the ways to effectively talk to our teens. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
All right, so I know that this time of year there's prom, there's dances going on, then there's summer break. Tell us about the trends that we're seeing recently.
Well, I think as a rule, these trends have been common for a long time, and peer pressure, underage drinking is something that we worry about, and needless to say, quite often it's overdone. It's overrated and overdone, I might add.
All right, and talk about also, how do we get the message across to your kids about the dangers of drinking, especially, like you said, peer pressure, if all their friends are doing it?
Right. Well, I don't think there's many people that aren't even aware that our brains don't even fully mature till we're 21 years old. And again, peer pressure. I think everybody at prom and spring break and whatnot, drinking has always been. I don't know that it's social drinking. I think it's binge drinking. Needless to say that most people aren't in a position where they're trying to just have a few cocktails. They're drinking excessively. It's a very, very high rate for alcohol poisoning, obviously fatalities on the roads, etc. So it's extremely dangerous time for sure.
I also heard too about some, I think it's referred to as Skittles party. I did a story on it a while back where teens bring in prescription drugs, mix that with alcohol as well.
Right. Well, I think this is where it's really gotten scary. You talk about trends. I think now that the prescription drugs has become such a fad, and now we're mixing drugs with alcohol. Needless to say, if you looked at a prescription bottle, it'll tell you not to operate any vehicles and/or machinery. But now people are taking, or the children are taking drugs. They don't even know what they're taking, and then they're drinking alcohol on top of it.
That could be a deadly combination right there. And you have a personal story as well. Share with us what your story is.
Well, I don't know that it's a lot different than many people. I think at a young age, I grew up here. I've been here 47 years, and there was a lot of peer pressure. I was kind of a shy kid, so I think the drugs and alcohol allowed me to think that I was fitting in. And then for me, it did become a problem. And maybe I'm one of the success stories these days because I have gotten sober, and now more importantly, I have a life's work in helping people get better.
And some quick tips for parents on how they start this conversation with their kids.
Well, again, I think communication is the key. I'm still really disenchanted about hiring the limousines. I know the concept is good that the kids aren't going to be driving while they're drinking, but then again, it seems to me like it's promoting. I'd like to see the parents chaperone themselves and do some type of carpooling during proms and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's just important to communicate with the kids and, to let them know some parents aren't, maybe they're not as comfortable or as knowledgeable. We have a family group that I co-facilitate every Wednesday night at Solutions Recovery, and parents are always welcome to come to that. They can always talk to me or anybody else that has experience. I think we can kind of help maybe spread the word a little better. All
right, great. Some great tips. The Solutions Recovery on Wednesday night, if parents want to join on that discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. The time now is 6:27. Local